Hi, this is Dennis Sales from Dennis Sales Golf, and in this coaching session we're going to go ahead and we're going to discuss the importance of the first move for a particular group of golfers, and also how we're going to go ahead and implement that first move to help golfers put themselves in a better position at the top of the golf swing to draw every shot. So if a lot of you have watched some of my videos in the past, you'll notice that I am actually a left-handed golfer. I do play a little bit right-handed, and it is one of my goals this year is to continue to improve my right-handed play and to try to make myself down to about a 10 handicapper. So we're going to get back into what the first move is and the backswing. So I recently posted a video on Instagram and even on my Facebook page about how golfers in the backswing, their first move is when that lead arm gets out and away from their body, and that creates all sorts of different compensations. Now those compensations for those golfers, because I have created a how important is your backswing video a few years ago, and I think that video is a little bit more geared towards golfers who have a higher sense of proprioception of where the club is, and more importantly is where the center of mass is in relation to those hands. In this video it's more about development, the development of trying to make a more repeatable, less compensating backswing. So one of the things that you'll see is I've got a golf club here. This is one of the tools that we'll use here to help provide golfers a little bit more visual and kinesthetic learning, because that's two of the three forms that are more popular with learning. I've gone ahead and I've gotten an alignment stick in that noodle right here, which will represent the shaft plane at address. So if we look at the green component of my training aid here, okay, you don't have to worry about the blue one right now, but a lot of times when we get that lead arm rolling, what you'll see is the green component of the alignment stick doesn't match up with the alignment stick. What I want golfers to first do in their first move is, as they're moving back a little bit more upper body dominant, trying to ensure that the colors would match really well. So if you go ahead and don't let that club roll and that lead arm get out and away, when that club is going back, that'll go ahead and match up really nicely there. If that club starts to roll a little bit too much, your arms start to move out and away from your body, you can see the spacing, and then you can see that the training aid doesn't match the original shaft plane. So on the way back, we want to try to make the training aid match the original shaft plane until it gets to about P2. From about P2 until we get to P4, to the top of the golf swing, we're going to go ahead and make our training aid get 90 degrees to our original shaft plane. So you can see the difference right there. Okay, so that's one of the big components. We're going to match it, then we're going to go ahead and flip it to 90. And what that's going to do is that's going to ensure we get a good pelvic turn, a good shoulder turn. Now I'm going to go ahead and take one of the pieces out. We're going to go ahead and talk about wrist angles at the top of the golf swing. So a lot of what I see with slicers is, as they're coming back, the club can kind of get out and away, the hands out and away, club rolls inward. As they're getting it to the top, they get that little bend right there in that lead wrist. And you can see that the blue component of the training aid starts to move away from that wrist. So that's going to kind of change the wrist angles. We want to try to get it at the top of the golf swing. The blue piece is going to go ahead and touch the lead arm, the lead forearm. So there it is, it's matching. And then rather than it getting away, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get that wrist to flex just a little bit more. So that's going to go ahead and get that left wrist touching. So that's the kinesthetic feedback of ensuring that you are making the proper motion to the top of the golf swing. So again, it's going to be 1, 2, and then as we're coming back down, as the club is coming back down, we're going to go ahead and try to match up the green with the original shaft plane line, which is going to get that club face pointing at the golf ball a little bit sooner. And then from here, all you're going to do is just continue to churn your body into impact. Okay, so I've gone ahead, because you probably don't have this training aid with you. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you that T drill again. And you're going to see that it kind of replicates a little bit of that first move that I just kind of talked about. We're going to try to keep the T, and we want the T to kind of brush that inner leg as it's going back. And you can see we still have that same relationship. And then from the top, we're going to go ahead and feel that lead wrist flexing just a little bit more than probably what you're accustomed to. And then from here, we're going to try to get that club face. So that's something that you can do, is you can get a noodle, and from the top, as it's coming back down, when it starts to get parallel to the ground again, I want you to work towards trying to get that club face pointing at the golf ball a little bit sooner, and trying to get it maybe even at 90 degrees to our original shaft plane, so that you can go ahead and just continue to churn your body. And again, like I said, I'm not really a right-handed golfer, but these are some of the things that I've done to ensure that I can draw a golf ball right-handed. And I was at a TrackMan conference last summer, and I actually volunteered to take a right-handed lesson. And in my right-handed lesson, we kind of talked about, and you know, he'll vouch that I am able to go ahead and make draws. So Mark Derlin was there. He gave me a lesson. My average path number is about 10 degrees inside out with the 7-iron, so that's a pretty good sized draw. But a lot of that I stem to continuing just working on these components with my right-handed golf swing, just making sure that I've got the motor pattern that I'm looking for. And then when I have that feel, all I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to go and apply just a little bit of speed through those positions. So there's another really nice draw. So if you want to go ahead and improve the first move in your backswing, how that club starts going back, there's a great way. We can go ahead and we can use a tee. Go ahead and get an alignment stick with a noodle on there, and you're just going to go ahead and continue to ingrain these feelings and sensations by ensuring the proper movement nice and slowly. And then what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to start to apply a little bit more speed through that. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them for me. I'll be more than happy to answer them.